I haven't posted anything for a while, but I'm still doing stuff in the basement. And today I wanted to share a video of a tool probe that I made for my Workbee. I didn't like the XYZ kinda like probe that you put on the workpiece and get your Z offsets. So I wanted to make a stationary and modify the G code so that the machine knows where it is and what's the offset, and if you need to change the tool, you just change the tool, and the machine goes and measures the tool length. So here's the little piece. It's just a really simple micro switch, and I milled a little bracket out of Delrin and used a 8mm smooth rod for just to get a bigger surface for the tool, and it just push here and it clicks, and it's pretty much the same as with the XYZ probe. So it just makes the connection, and that's how it works. But I can show you how it actually works. Just for the information, I'm not using Duet anymore. I'm not using open builds either. I'm using Buildbotics controller. So it looks something like this, and it's pretty similar to OpenBuild's black box. It has built-in drivers and all the stuff, but I'm using Buildbotics, and this reads regular G codes as well and all the stuff. So let's say I want to change the tool, and I'm calling M06. It doesn't matter if it's in the beginning of the program or in the middle of the program when I just need the tool change, and I'm just gonna call it manually at the moment. And I have set it up in the tool change code so that it knows what to do and where to go. So it just goes above the probe and stops, and now it wants to change the tool. So let's say I have changed the tool, and I'll click OK, and it starts probing down. I have a pretty slow feed rate at the moment. And now the probing is finished, and I just had the G code so that it goes back to whatever 0 you have set, or you can send the machine wherever you want. But I can show you how the code looks on the tool change. On the build bodies controller, you have a separate program start, tool change, and program end codes, so you can write whatever you want there. And this one runs on if M06 is called. So there's M70. It saves the current state of the machine, your feed rates, whatever, what you're running your program. G21 S0, so that's spindle 0, and then I have set G53 so that it uses absolute coordinates for probe, and I can change this one to G0, but at the moment for testing purposes I have G1, and there's the coordinates for the probe. And then I have G92 so that it resets the z-axis offset before starting to probe. Otherwise it's not going to work, because the old like the previous tool z offsets are gonna mess everything up, so I had to write this in here to get it working. Anyways, on a Workbee you don't have a ATC or you don't have a tool table. You have just one tool, and it doesn't matter. You can just reset it and it probes your current tool and it works. And then there's M6 and M0, it's the whatever, and feed rate for the probing. It's just comments here. And then for the probing, G38.3, and that's the probing command. And then it probes down. Then I have another G92 0 or z-axis, that's the offset. That's the height of the probe or the trigger height compared to my wasteboard. And then it just lifts up the z-axis, and then it goes to 0 or whatever coordinates you assigned, and then a little message, and M72 resets your settings that it saved, or it restores your settings. So with this one, the only problem is that if my wasteboard gets thinner or I'm just cleaning it up, I have to change this number to get my accurate Z height again. At this point it's 20.4 millimeters from the probe, so but I don't see that as a big problem because I'm not gonna clean up my wasteboard every day. So it should work pretty long time like this. And that's pretty much all there is. And that's, I can see that this is more comfortable than playing around with this Z plate and that crocodile clip or whatever setup you might have. You can just short the one end to spindle here, and then you can just use the Z Pro plate, but you know, I didn't like that, so I removed everything and trying to use that one. And I did some repeatability tests for the switch, so how accurate it is. That's just random numbers, but I did like tried 5 times the same tool and just did the tool change command all the time. So these ones were like 4 times it was spot on every time. But here I moved this little pin. So I'm pretty sure I didn't cut that as perpendicular as I should have. So there is some variation here, but I don't see that as a big problem. So with this button I'm gonna shorten this one so it will be level with the frame and the middle plate. Otherwise maybe I can accidentally drop some stuff here or whatever happens. So when it's level with the plate, it's pretty much invisible, and maybe I'll do some kind of stuff here so to protect the switch, but I don't know if that's necessary or not. So I hope you found this video useful, or maybe you can use something like that on your machine. I'm gonna see how this switch is gonna work, or how accurate it is gonna be. But at the moment I like this setup. It just, I don't have to deal with anything there. I just change the tool and hit M6 and it goes and measures and everything will be good. For my next upcoming project I have ordered linear rails for this one, so I'm gonna rebuild this one and go all linear, because the wheels they're not so good. I have a lot of Z slop here, and linear rails make things easier, I guess, or a bit better, a bit more rigid, and I have another project coming up. I'm gonna start building plasma cutting table, but at the moment I'm just waiting for the parts to arrive. I have some stuff already, motors, power supplies, aluminum extrusion, but I don't have linear rails yet, or a couple of more things that are missing. And that's it for today. Thanks.